Hey, well, good morning from Felixstowe Live. We're down at Felixstowe Viewpoint for the first time for several weeks, actually. In fact, having a look at the brand new container ship Ever Act 23992 TEU over, I think. Big ship, and it's her first call at the Port of Felixstowe. She arrived at Felixstowe at about came alongside actually about 2:25 a.m. this morning. So there weren't many people about to see her, but there were one or two, and I'm hoping to share a couple of photographs from a man called Jeff Welch later today. He did an excellent job of getting some pictures of her as she came alongside using a long exposure, which of course we can't really do with video. So he did some excellent stills. Sadly, we couldn't do any video because it was exceedingly dark. What can you say? But there you have it. So there she is. It's a lovely day, or a lovely morning actually, to look out there, because we've got still got a bit of light, the working lights from the crane and from the ship herself, glittering on the water. It looks quite good, doesn't it? In the background, I think you can just see another vessel. That's Catherine C, which might reach us while we're online. Let's see. We'll see how we go on that one. But you're never quite sure, are you? Let's just see what I've got here. Yep, good. And from my point of view, it's quite a nice thing to do because, as I say, I haven't done this for quite a long time. What have we got? Well, we've got out there, we've got young Marion Bullman. Yes, I shall do my best. And you too, Marion. Take care. And then here we go with Gundala Ribe, from Germany, who's sending greetings to everyone. Excuse me, I'm going to have a cough. Sorry about that. There we go. So that's Gundala. And if you've got anything to say, give us a shout. Love to hear from you. As I think you know, young Raymond Catchpole out there. What are you up to today, Raymond? I don't know. Perhaps you'll tell me. But we're just going to stop here and just get a little bit of a better look at this mighty vessel. They are big ships, as you can see. 23,992 TEU, I think, is the actual figure. That's a lot of ship. There you go, as you can see. So there you go. She came in today at, or arrived alongside the berth at 2:25 this morning. Pretty jolly early. I have to tell you, I was fast asleep at the time, which seemed to me to be a jolly good idea. But there you have it. If you like what we're doing, give us a like, give us a love. Love to hear from you. And if you're out there doing anything or having a cup of tea, well, I've already had two, but I'm going to have another one when I get home. You can see that there are cranes down. I think there's currently, looks like there's only 4 cranes down as far as I can see from here, but I'm not entirely sure because the ones further aft on the ship, you can't really see with the jibs or how many cranes are working on the ship. Don't know. Interesting one, but there you have it. So we're now starting a new sequence of live shows on Felixstowe Live. We'll be doing more and more lives over the next few days, I hope, all things being equal. But we'll be doing, I think, another one live session today. Good morning, Chris. Chris Sharkey, I know you were quite entertained to see her, weren't you? But she is here, she is working, and there you have it. So she'll be going out, we think, possibly. This is really for Chris and people like Chris who are quite keen on their ships. Let's just get back to where I should be. There we go. Yeah, this is essentially for Chris and anybody else who's quite keen on the ships. At the moment, we have a departure date for her of Wednesday at about I think 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. But to be honest with you, I think you mustn't rely on that too much because, of course, it is an estimated time of departure, and that is really strictly an estimate. So Jane, good morning to you, Jane Clark. You look as if you've got a glass of something nice there in your photograph. Good morning to you, ma'am. And good morning to you, young Mark Jones. I think I'm going to be talking to you again a bit later today, and we'll be talking about your campaign, Toothless in Suffolk. My goodness, that's really bad, isn't it? The dental situation, but there you go. And then we've got a regular here. It's Raymond Catchpole, who likes what we do. Always pleased to see you, Raymond. And you're volunteering at Landguard Fort today. I didn't honestly know it's open, but of course, I suppose it's half term, isn't it? So people will be, I hope, flocking down there to see you because it is school halls and it's a good thing to do and it's good for the history of our town. What else we got? Early start? Well, Brian, yeah, actually, to be honest with you, Brian, it is a little bit earlier than we've been doing lately, but I happened to wake up and I thought, well, I might as well get up. So I had a cup of tea and 2 Weetabix and we were on our way. So don't forget then that the Ever Act is due to sail from Felixstowe on Wednesday afternoon at the moment. But do bear in mind very carefully that the departure times on big ships like this can vary fairly wildly, certainly 2 or 3 hours either way, sometimes a day or two either way, depending on what the ship owners decide they want to do. The ship's management really decide what they want to do. They may choose to keep her in longer, depending on how it all works. They may choose to keep her in longer to load empties or something like that. I'm not sure what the empty situation is like at the moment on Evergreen. And to be absolutely honest with you, I'd love to know, but there you go. Hopefully, her visit will also help clear some boxes for Felixstowe. But if that happens, then of course the time will be put back. Let's see what we've got here. Chris Sharkey, I stayed up to watch her in. Chris, you're mad. I wouldn't do that. Okay, I was in bed, mate. Faster bye-byes. But there you go. We've got some keen people out here who love their ships, and I do too. But I have to tell you, these days, I get my head down, and I'm gone. Stayed up to watch it come in. So, Terry Edwards, good morning to you, Terry. Nice to see you there, mate. First time you've actually caught us live. Well, the bitter truth is that I'm not as early as I was, but having said that, there you go. Nice to have you there. Always join in. You're really welcome to come along and do whatever. I'm probably going to do, I think I'm probably doing one at least, but possibly 2 live clips today. We'll have one later in the morning, I hope, and one early evening we'll be doing that, but we will publicise it on Felixstowe Live. Do remember that the best place to get hold of us is on our Felixstowe Live Facebook page. What have we got? Oh, we had that one and lost it. What have we got here? It's my mate Simon Wasp. Good morning to you, young Simon Wasp. Just have a read of that. Yes, indeed. So Russell Davis was the lead haulier in 1979. My goodness, when Russell Davis sold out to Security Corps DHL and then into maritime transport, which is iconic, as John Williams was Russell Davis' youngest ever director. Right, there you go. You see, you learn all kinds of stuff, don't you, really? And there's young Simon Wasp, who is a transport specialist. I don't know whether you've seen any of the stuff that we put on, Simon and I put on together when we were doing trekking TV, but there is some stuff there that I might actually publish again on Felixstowe Live, depending on how things go. What have we got? Young Paul King out there. Certainly is one of the big ones built this year, 400 metres by 62 metres beam. Do you know that's bloody big, isn't it? It's big and wide and very large. What can you say? Nice to see you there, Paul. So what else have we got today? Heavens. I have to keep an eye on the clock because, of course, the dear old traffic wardens will be about at. Oh dear, can't get rid of that. There we go. The traffic wardens will be about at about 8 o'clock, but probably not, maybe later. Don't forget, you can give us a like, you can give us a love on Felixstowe Live. We love to hear from you. And don't forget also that, let's just get, there we go. I'm just hunting about to find some bits that I wanted to hunt. I'm sorry about that. There we go. So, I will just say this one to you. This is not really having a go at anybody, but I always like to say to people, don't forget you can, if you wish, join the Felixstowe Live supporters group on Facebook. That means that you put in about, I think it's currently £2.29 per month to help towards the production costs of Felixstowe Live. Felixstowe Live costs between 50 and 100 quid a month to produce. And as a wrinkly older person, on a limited income, I always say to people, it's nice if you can. There you go. I leave it up to you. And we also do a thing called Buy Me a Coffee. And some people have been kind enough to donate to that as well, or instead of. And I don't mind. I mean, from my point of view, a bit of help towards paying the monthly bills for Felixstowe Live is always gratefully received. Nice thought. There you go. Now, coming out from behind the Ever Act, you can see a regular caller at Felixstowe, which is Catherine C. Catherine C. regularly pops into Felixstowe, and we see her quite often. I understand she's usually on a rotation that takes her out to the Med, etc. But she also does some shuttling with empties, I think, at times. So there we go. Let's just get back in my page. There we go. So it's Catherine C coming out behind Ever Act. And daylight has broken now. The sun officially rose, I think, at 7:38 a.m. I shall be glad when it gets a bit lighter, a bit earlier, when the clocks change, of course, because that means that if you get up reasonably early, as I tend to do most days, you can get down here. In the past few days, in the past few weeks, really, it hasn't been worth doing so because it's dark in the mornings. There you have it. So there we go. That is a little look at the Ever Act working cargo alongside, with the Catherine C passing outside of her on her way to, I don't know where. I might if I got round to it, look it up, I suppose. I ought to, don't I? Really, I ought to do a better job. Ought to do a better job, mate. But there you go. Let's just see where Catherine C is going to. She's on her way to Antwerp. So I don't know whether she's shuttling some empties over there or whether she's doing part of her routine run. No, I can't see what she's doing. Not to worry. Okay. Look at that. And then I'll tell you what we're doing next. What we're doing today, we'll probably have a little beachside walk today on the live. And that would be nice if you're kicking about later in the morning. I'll probably be live from the seafront someplace. That would be a nice thing to do, I think, today, because it is forecast to be cloudy with some sunshine, which is nice. And then later this afternoon, we're going to be talking to an old chum of mine, a man called Mark Jones, who's actually been on this morning. And we're going to be talking about his campaign, which is called Toothless in Suffolk, which is about the lack of dental services that we currently have in our fair county. It's very sad, isn't it, really? We don't have sufficient dentists, and the dentists that we do have are jam-packed full of patients. That's Catherine C heading out towards Antwerp. Just looking at the big tank behind her accommodation block. I'm not sure whether that's one of those stabilizer tanks that some ships have, or whether it's a scrubber. It's suspicious it is a scrubber, I think, really, because of her funnel arrangements. Not entirely sure. If you don't know, most ships now have to have some kind of device usually referred to as a scrubber for actually cleaning up their exhausts, because ships historically have always used a very dirty, what's known as heavy fuel oil, HFO, and that leaves lots of mucky stuff in the atmosphere, I'm afraid, and that mucky stuff is a bit deadly, actually, a bit nasty. There we go. So there you have it. This is the Ever Act on her maiden call at the Port of Felixstowe. She got in at 2:25 yesterday evening. This morning, 2:25 this morning she got in, and she is currently forecast to depart on Wednesday afternoon. But to be honest with you, as I've said before, well, we'll wait and see. We won't hold our breath. We'll see what transpires, and hopefully catch her when she sails. And at that point, hopefully, if you're available, perhaps you'll come down yourselves and have a look at her. Impressive ships, unusual insofar as she's got that straight bow with no bow bulb. That's quite unusual in this, well, very unusual really in this day and age. There are very few container ships without a bulbous bow. Maybe this is a new fashion. I don't know whether it affects the fuel consumption. That's always been said to be the reason for having a bulbous bow, because it changes the water flow and stops the ships creating a large bow wave, which I understand wastes a lot of energy. So there you have it. Well, okay, it's coming up for 10 to 8. So I'm going to go and buy some more Weetabix, guys, because I'm off bacon sandwiches currently and going on to Weetabix. So what? This is really bad, isn't it? I must be getting on a bit. It's disgusting. But there you have it. I'll see you later in the day. We'll be here later in the day for a chat and for a bit more video. We'll be talking about dental practice in Suffolk and really in the country with Mark Jones. And we'll also hopefully be going out for a little stroll to give you a taste of Felixstowe while the sun is shining. Okay, I'm Chris. This is Felixstowe Live, and let's just get to the bit that I want to get to. Here we go, and we will see you, I think, very soon. And I'm just having one of those little moments here while I just work out what I'm doing next. Okay, I'm Chris. This is Felixstowe Live. We will jolly well see you soon. I'll go back to one more comment. Okay, it's no problem at all, Chris. I'm delighted to do it. In fact, as you know, I just love doing it, don't I? So there you go. Okay. Get the right button pressed is my theory. And I'm Chris. This is Felixstowe Live, and I'll see you soon. Take care. See you soon.